On November 12th, an incident occurred at the Chery Fun Yun X3L's attempt to climb the Sky Ladder at Tianmen Mountain at Zhangjiajie. A video
Okay.
shows the Chery off-road vehicle suddenly losing control mid-climb. The vehicle rapidly reversed, sliding down the steps and crashing into a
Oh,
guardrail before stopping.
okay.
Many tourists were on site, watching the event and gasping in surprise. The ladder at Tianmen Mountain is nearly 300 meters
This is like an
long,
off-road
with a vertical
challenge?
drop of about 150 meters.
Oh
It
no.
consists of 999 steps, with an
Okay.
average slope of
I
45
want to do it.
degrees, and some areas exceed 60 degrees. The steps are narrow and slippery, making the challenge extremely difficult. This is not the first time such a challenge has been attempted. In 2018, a Land Rover model successfully completed the Tianmen Mountain Challenge.
I'm surprised it didn't break down going up there.
The test driver, Dong Hebin from the Panasonic Jaguar team, drove a 404 horsepower Range Rover Sport P400e plug-in hybrid. He successfully navigated 99 turns and climbed all 999 steps, making it the first vehicle to reach the Tianmen Cave. The
Okay.
vehicle involved in this latest failed attempt was the Chery Fun Yun X3L. The car was released in September 2025.
I don't even know what
Chery
this is.
Automobile, founded on January 8,
Sherry?
1997, is headquartered in Wuhu City, Anhui Province.
Guys, there's something interesting about China, guys, right? Like, don't judge me here, all right? But I want you to understand this here. Whatever's going on in China, like in terms of their automotive stuff, I'm not talking about like the cheaper things, right? Because obviously everyone knows they make fun of like, oh, made in China, made in China. But guys, China makes some great stuff, oddly. Well, not even oddly. They have the ability to make some absolutely amazing stuff sometimes, guys, right? And some of their cars are they are not trash. Have you seen some of these videos, guys? They are not trash here. Not all of them, at least. Not like their higher end models and things like that. I don't know what Chery is. I'm guessing it's a brand new Chinese manufacturer that's like meant to compete with Range Rover by the looks of it. I mean, because obviously the intellectual properties over there is weird, so it kind of looks kind of like one of the new Defenders, but that's not the point here. Let's say, based off of looking at it, I'm not a super fan specifically of how the suspension is moving. I find that I'm not a fan of like I want a solid axle that can articulate at least. Right. I don't think my Jeep would have a problem here at all, truth be told, because of the lift. I would probably need to add, like, lower it slightly more than it is, because I think I'd probably end up doing this, right? But let's continue.
On September 25th, 2025, Chery was listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange's main board. The vehicle that Chery was attempting to challenge, the Land Rover, is a luxury SUV brand originating from the UK.
It's
It
a
is owned by
mid-brand.
India's Jaguar Land Rover company and is known for its exceptional off-road capabilities.
I'm not a fan
The
of
brand's
at
history
all.
dates back to 1948, and it is a pioneer in civilian all-terrain vehicles. Chery and Land Rover have a partnership, having formed a joint venture in
Okay.
2012. The joint venture manufactures and sells Jaguar and Land Rover vehicles in China, making it the first Sino-British joint venture in the high-end automotive sector. In September of this year, Chery attempted the Tianmen Mountain Challenge for the first time, but was unsuccessful. Chery's executive vice president, Li Xueyong, posted on Weibo that the challenge was halted due to continuous rain and slippery roads, with the vehicle only making it halfway up.
Oh, so you're making
This time,
excuses?
Chery attempted the
Terrible
challenge again
suspension?
under good weather conditions, but once again, it ended in failure. A video showing Chery Automobile's failed attempt has gone viral online. Some internet users have commented that using the Sky Ladder, which is normally for tourists, as a test track for cars, not only disrupts visitors, but also damages the scenic facilities. They said, Tianmen Mountain is a public tourist spot. How could such commercial stunts be allowed? If something
Because if they paid for it, then it's going to be done here. That's how this is. That's how this is here. If there's damage, they're going to fix it. They have the ability to. If you are in China and you're trying to specifically test a brand new off-road capable vehicle, what is better than literally utilizing a international known tourist spot?
happens and people get hurt, who will take the responsibility? On November
Who
13th,
would
Chery
get hurt? No
Automobile
one would
issued
be
an
there. They close
apology,
it down.
stating that they would make full efforts to repair the damage to the Tianmen Mountain site and
course they
provide
would.
compensation. In recent years, marketing tactics like challenge tests and extreme vehicle tests have become common in the automotive industry. From cliff edges to dangerous roads, from high plateaus to deep deserts, new car tests can be seen almost everywhere. Some car companies use public spaces as their testing grounds. Chinese media has pointed out that public outdoor spaces like the Sky Ladder lack the professional
Bro.
safety certifications,
Well, that right there proves my point.
has
right
pointed
here. Look
out
at this.
that public outdoor spaces like the Sky Ladder
Like, you see the back wheel, like the back wheel's not even touching the ground here, guys. Like, I understand, like I said, wouldn't touch. Never mind, guys. It wouldn't touch the ground in the context of this here. But I just want a little bit more articulation. Maybe there, even front and rear, like sway bar, if that's a thing. I don't think the rear has sway bars because the front does. I think in some of these vehicles, because I've sway bar disconnects in the front. But I just want to have the ability to have both wheels kind of on the ground, kind of regardless of the position of the vehicle. And this is kind of why I'm very anti how like some of like East Asia specifically is making and creating these off-road vehicles, guys.
Lack the professional safety certifications required for car testing and do not have the necessary emergency facilities like crash barriers or buffers, making these wild tests unprofessional. Moreover, the various risks present in public tourist sites can lead to greater safety hazards if not properly assessed. On November 13th, staff from the Tianmen Mountain Scenic Area told reporters that the car brand was holding an event yesterday, so the Sky Ladder was closed. It has been reopened today, but the guardrail damaged by the car has not yet been repaired. Visitors should be careful. If concerned about safety, they can wait a few days until the guardrail is fixed or use the escalator to visit.
I know
a staff
who he
member
is.
from the Yongding District Cultural and Tourism Bureau in Zhangjiajie stated that the event was organized by the scenic area, but no official approval was required for the project. Many netizens mocked Chery Automobile. The promotion failed and ended up damaging their reputation. What a great advertisement. Now the whole country knows about it. Chery's factory in Changshu shares the same complex as Land Rover Jaguar, but Chery thinks of itself as Land Rover. Who would have thought? One blogger joked, "Chery, what were you thinking? Just charging ahead." Let's take a look at how Land Rover climbed Tianmen Mountain next door.
Show me the specs on that vehicle.
Chery really
tell
went
me
crazy
everything
trying
about
to
it.
climb Tianmen Mountain with a car that cost tens of thousands. Do they really think they're a Range Rover? Do you think this damages their brand?
Guys, I hate the fact that people think that this is like an actual off-road vehicle. It is not. This is more of an overland vehicle, right? Like this is not a real off-road vehicle. I want to see this like doing all of the things. Like I want to see it rock crawling. You'll immediately realize, and going through deep water, let's say here, I cannot imagine someone legitimately purchasing a Range Rover and taking it on the trails that I ride on, guys. I'm sorry, this is disrespectful. Like this is too disrespectful, truthfully. I hate the suspension. I want to give me a solid axle, bro. All right. And maybe automatic sway bars where we can kind of disconnect just from the inside of the vehicle if you want to be super luxurious or something. Make it so the wheel well can actually take larger tires. Give me like a minimum of 35 inches. Guys, come on. This is nuts.
Land Rover's 2.0 T Range Rover has over 400 horsepower, and they even hired an FE driver to properly prepare. But here comes the Chery's X7L 1.5T.
1.5 turbo?
It's a joke.
Okay.
Everyone knows that the steps at Tianmen Mountain are slippery and have a 45-degree slope.
Okay.
If the car's torque isn't strong enough, it will just slip down. Chery claimed that the car could climb at a 100% incline, meaning 45 degrees, but this claim just ended up backfiring. They later blamed the safety incident on external factors. However, it's clear to everyone that this was a basic mistake, and the car just wasn't up to the task.
It's not.
Chery has been in a joint venture with Land Rover for
1.5
years,
turbo?
stealing their technology, and they really think they are Land Rover now? It's just like FAW Volkswagen, GAC Toyota, and Yamaha. These joint ventures exist just to steal, but even then, they still can't make good cars. They keep turning out industrial trash under their own brands. On November 13th, Chery issued a statement saying the direct cause of the Tianmen Mountain Challenge failure was that the safety tether's attachment point unexpectedly detached. This caused the tether to get tangled around the right rear wheel, blocking the power output. This led to the vehicle sliding and hitting the guardrail, damaging part of the barrier.
Okay.
Some bloggers questioned whether Chery was just trying to shift the blame.
Come on, this is ridiculous. With so many people watching, this safety issue is serious. The saying, "Water can carry a boat, but it can also capsize it," applies here. Who could have thought that the rope originally used for safety became the main cause of the accident? This test didn't even bring any positive publicity for Chery. Instead, it revealed the company's insufficient risk assessment and safety measures. It's clear that there were shortcomings in their safety management and test risk controls. After this accident, I think Chery should really reflect on its internal processes. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day, and bad habits don't change overnight. Maybe the safety incident is a signal that the company needs to improve its internal safety management.
Another blogger compared the safety measures of Land Rover, claiming that Chery's protective rope was actually torn by the vehicle itself.
Let's first look at the video of Land Rover. This Range Rover slowly tipped over, with a steel cable providing traction throughout the process. Before the Range Rover even started its climb, a steel cable was already stretched from the base of the mountain to the summit. It not only protected the vehicle during the ascent, but also provided the necessary traction when the vehicle descended, ensuring a safe and controlled lowering. Without this traction support, relying solely on the four wheels and the edge of the steps, the Range Rover could have flipped uncontrollably much earlier. Do you see the difference? The so-called protective rope on Tianmen Mountain in this incident? According to Chery's official investigation report, the primary reason for the failure was the unexpected detachment of the rope's hook. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, it doesn't. The vehicle couldn't go up anymore, swaying from left to right. In fact, the rope snapped on its own. The truth is, without the rope issue, the vehicle still wouldn't have made it. The problem was the way the vehicle was attempting to climb. Have you ever seen a car hop its way up a slope? Off-road vehicles bounce and lose their climbing power. With your vehicle's insufficient power,
you need like
it was a
permanent
miracle
traction.
it even made it halfway.
Right.
For a challenge like Tianmen Mountain, as long as you have enough power, all-terrain tires,
Power
and a
and
high
traction.
four-wheel drive chassis,
Yeah.
any vehicle can make it. What Chery
I would
should
give you
really
that.
investigate is whether the tire pressure was too high or if your suspension was too soft.
One blogger criticized domestic manufacturers for lacking respect for safety and user experience.
A certain car brand challenged Tianmen Mountain, intending to put on a good show, but they completely messed up. They didn't have Land Rover's capability, but ended up with Land Rover's problems. They wanted to replicate Land Rover's 2018 chassis stunt to gain followers, but ended up giving Land Rover reverse publicity. Now everyone is searching for the 2018 Land Rover Tianmen Mountain Challenge incident. These two challenges are fundamentally different. Chery's challenge was purely a marketing stunt, choosing Tianmen Mountain to link their brand with Land Rover.
That's exactly
However,
what they were
when
doing.
Land Rover attempted Tianmen Mountain, the goal was to test the soon-to-be-released Range Rover Sport with its 2.0T P400E plug-in hybrids, intelligent four-wheel drive, and all-terrain suspension system working together.
Is it like a
To ensure
secondary engine or
success,
something?
Land Rover
2.0.
conducted a dual-track verification.
How are you getting 400? Well, I guess you can over-engineer it.
First, they built a test slope in their UK engineering center, matching the parameters of the Tianmen Mountain steps. Then they performed 1,000 hours of durability testing. 3 months before the challenge, they conducted 20 field visits to Tianmen Mountain, collecting data on road friction coefficients and slope changes. On the other hand, Chery went ahead and attempted Tianmen Mountain with sheer bravado. When the accident happened, they blamed the sudden weather change, and their latest apology letter blamed the steel rope, not mentioning a word about the vehicle's performance or safety. A car is a moving life capsule, and every part is connected to human lives. I'm not here to praise Land Rover, but I hope car manufacturers can respect life,
It's not a
respect safety,
bad-looking
and learn
truck.
from the rigorous car-making spirit of imported brands.
The blogger stated that the development of Land Rover's Discovery 4 series started in 2012. The research team spent 3 years gathering data from
I'm just
three
a
key
hater, guys.
dimensions:
I'm sorry.
geographical usage, user demographics, and driving scenarios. After this, they conducted 100,000 hours of bench testing, along with real-world testing in 6 extreme driving conditions, and user experience assessments. Only after all this did they complete the redesign in 2017. While the vehicle received criticism after its launch, none of the complaints ever involved safety issues. Discovery 4 series started in 2012. The research team spent 3 years ever involved safety issues. Even with the criticism, Discovery 5 used fast iterations and transparent...
Guys, I will say, though, I do absolutely appreciate the V8 coming out of Land Rover, though. I think that thing, just like with like some slight tuning, bro, that's a crazy engine.
communication to turn the negative feedback into improvements for the next model.
Funny enough, I think the Cybertruck kind of as is could probably do it once you kind of raise it slightly. I think it could probably do this with no problem.
The blogger concluded by saying, "I'm not saying this to diminish our own reputation. The Chinese auto industry doesn't lack the ability or companies to build cars. What we lack is respect for technology, safety, and user experience. What we need is reliability built over time with rigorous processes." Chinese issues expert Yue Shan commented that the impatience in China's car industry mirrors the broader societal rush for quick success, a reflection of moral decline and an unstable mindset under CCP rule. China's manufacturing culture loves to take shortcuts, avoiding the time and effort needed for real research and development, which means domestic products will never earn true trust. Many Chinese cars have attempted to climb steep slopes, but failed spectacularly. In December 2024, a high-end limited edition SUV, the Cybertank 300, which is launched by Great Wall Motors tank brand in...
Guys, this is the problem. And I see this. Like, I see it coming from people who kind of like just tourist, let's say, in the off-road world, let's say. Guys, what are those tires? Are those all-terrain tires? like BF Goodrich, KO2, KO3 type of tires. Okay. Don't get me wrong here. Amazing tires, right? But if you want actual traction, you're going to have to lower your tire pressure to basically nothing. I'd say 15, 10, depending on the actual, tire itself, but definitely do mud tire, even if you're not in the mud, bro. All right. You would climb this, okay, and stop bouncing. You need to maintain traction the entirety of the time.
Collaboration with Cyberspace Automotive failed to climb a slope. In July 2024, the Guangdong-based two-wheel drive Chery SU7 failed in its slope challenge, completing 99% of the climb, but ultimately failing. In September 2023, a video showed a BYD Tong DMI losing power and slipping during an off-road slope challenge. The tires spun out repeatedly, eventually digging a large hole and awkwardly ending the challenge.
Right. Okay.
In May 2023, a blogger filmed a near incident while crossing the Daliang Mountains. There, a BYD Equation Leopard failed to climb a slope, nearly getting stuck in the wilderness. In recent years, there have been several negative events surrounding the testing of Chinese vehicles. On February 17, 2025, a live broadcast test of BYD's intelligent driving system went awry when the vehicle appeared to lose control. In the video, the host quickly took the steering wheel and explained, "It wasn't a loss of control, I just hit the brakes."
Oh, yeah?
On February 15th, during a live broadcast showing BYD Ocean's automatic parking feature, the car seemed to collide with another vehicle. On February 16th, a staff member from Car Information Center, Dongchedi, was live streaming a test of the BYD Chen L DM 2025. They were testing its intelligent driving system on the highway when two high-risk safety takeovers occurred. At the 40-second mark, the car suddenly veered from the second lane into the first lane, almost hitting a wall. At the 3-minute, 10-second mark, the car failed to maintain a stable straight line and began swerving. BYD has not officially responded, but the videos went viral. Netizens mocked the system as smart driving turned into smart failure. In third-party tests by platforms like Dongche, BYD vehicles showed better performance in avoiding malfunctioning vehicles. But overall, their intelligent driving systems were outperformed by Huawei and XPeng in complex situations.
Yeah, guys, Huawei is absolutely crushing it right now, bro. Like, if you look at like Huawei's, like the pinnacle of their brand in terms of the cars. Oh yeah, guys, that's Maybach quality for like a third of the price.
These incidents exposed stability issues with BYD's self-developed intelligent driving technology, sparking criticism of the Universal Intelligent Driving promotional campaign. On February 20th, 2025, at Huawei's Junjie S800 launch event, the company performed...
Oh, perfect. Guys, this thing, all right? Like, this is the direct comparison to Maybach, all right? Like, understand, I didn't pre-watch this video. That's what you understand this here. Like, that is the brand new Huawei right here. It's right here. It is crazy. All right. The quality is absolutely wild. All right. And this is the Maybach. This is the direct comparison. And I would definitely tell you, this is much cheaper. All right. And electric. All right. It's solid. It's actually wild.
A violent test using a borrowed Maybach 680 as a comparison. It resulted in the Maybach losing control and being damaged. On February 24th, a man posted a video claiming to be the owner of the Maybach involved in the test. He stated that his vehicle had been used for the violent test without his knowledge and had been returned with damage to the bumper and wheels. As of February 24th, Junjie did not provide a reasonable explanation. After the incident, the car rental company intervened for investigation. Netizens questioned the ethics of the test and the rules for borrowing vehicles. Critics pointed out the irony of marketing the car's off-road performance but damaging a luxury car in the process, highlighting the risks of borrowed shell marketing in domestic car promotions. In April 2024, a well-known automotive blogger was testing the lap time performance of the Xiaomi SU7 Max at the Shanghai Tianmen circuit, when the car suddenly lost control and crashed into the tire wall at high speed, severely deforming the front of the car. The video showed the vehicle losing stability on a high-speed curve. The blogger publicly apologized, stating that the test was not 100% rigorous, while Xiaomi's official response confirmed that an investigation was underway, but did not provide details on the cause. The incident has been criticized for the ongoing side effects, highlighting the gap between marketing and actual performance. As the first model from Xiaomi Auto, The incident has amplified concerns about the safety and handling of the SU7. Netizens humorously referred to it as the first crash in the country turned into a joke. In addition to safety concerns with domestic Chinese vehicles, there are also growing worries about data security, especially abroad. In July of this year, the Israeli Ministry of Defense announced that due to high concerns about national data security, it has suspended the issuance of Chinese EVs to military officers. Cybersecurity experts have raised alarms, claiming that Chinese-made electric smart cars would become mobile espionage platforms, secretly transmitting sensitive information back to China.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, we're gonna end the video here. I don't like 100% doubt that could be potentially a thing, right? Like specifically something like a self-driving vehicle. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a bit too much data. Understand this here. Obviously, your cell phone tracks you in a way that's crazy too, but the CCP specifically is not like gathering all of that information kind of by default, right? Your location history is not stored somewhere in Beijing. I understand that is absolutely a concern, and it would be you'd probably be even more of a concern if your country is considered an adversary of China. I could imagine that being a thing specifically. BYD is a company that absolutely has been dominating, I'd say, specifically in Asia right now. They're they're super fast. Okay, like not just like normal. This thing accelerates really fast. No. I'm talking about top end fast. These things are absolute monsters that you'll never actually you'll never actually go that fast. If that makes any sense here. This video here was solid here. I've never heard of the company Chery. I'm probably not even going to look them up neither. The fact that they're producing an off-road vehicle with a 1.5 turbo, don't get me wrong here. Do you need that much power to kind of drive off-road? No, but you definitely need like a super solid like suspension and the ability to produce as much torque as humanly possible. And I'm not sure if I would need more of the specifications of the engine to basically say if that's a good thing or not, guys. Basically, I mean, UTVs have the ability to do absolute craziness, and these engines are not gigantic. They generally are like a 900 to 1,000, 1,500 cc, etc. So that's the thing that happens here. And again, I think the car looks decent, but I would never want it. Yeah, because I'm not a fan of the off-road vehicles that have that suspension like that. I'm not a fan, guys. I am not a fan. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.